Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Season 6 story for Diablo 4, the Season of Hatred Rising. As I said in the previous episode, we have, I guess at this stage, completed the expansion, or we are in the midst of it. I'll have to decide later how I structure things. Last we left off, we explored the season mechanic, the Realm Walkers, which are the new season mechanic, as well as the new story, which is basically just do a Realm Walker. There are, of course, the Infernal Hordes, which we could do as well, but that is from the previous season. My guess is that Realm Walkers, similarly, are just going to be like a new addition to the standard run-of-the-mill things you can do, would be my guess. Just adding more and more and more features, essentially, to the game. Now, I thought we had completed the story, but as I said at the end, while doing a Realm Walker, I got the first of the Spiritborn field notes. So I didn't record it with this character, but I did with another. So we're going to cut to the audio entry from that right now. All right, so here we go in the Spiritborn field notes entry 1.
From a distance, it seemed a mass of bones and tar. Maybe a traveler who failed to mind their step. Imagine my surprise when it lunged at me. It moved like a rabid beast, contorting and dragging itself across the undergrowth, leaving a trail of rancid ichor in its wake. More still gushed from where I pierced it. I know this jungle, both the life that inhabits it and the spirits who dwell just beyond sight. This thing was neither. It was pain and hatred manifest. And then it was empty.
All right, cool. So we're going to cut back to our main character. All right, so that is something. I was complaining that what we had last episode was it. But with these Spirit Field notes, it gives us at least something. Now, this is kind of the typical time waster story. You give them... there's a drop chance for the notes. You have to do maybe anywhere from like 5 to like 40 of these dungeons to get them. Hopefully you get one per dungeon. That is my hope, that the drop rate isn't too terrible, but we'll see. So, let's read the quest. Spiritborn field notes. Speak with Crusader Damond. I found the notes of a Spiritborn warrior who has been fighting the strange hollow creature spewed forth by the Realm Walker. Crusader Damond may want to see these. Now, I do not know if it's because we're a Spiritborn that they're Spiritborn field notes, and if they've done one for each class. If anyone has any knowledge about that, leave, comment in the comments down below. Leave me a comment. But I assume that it might be the same for all of them. Just having one audio entry makes the most sense. But who knows? Maybe they went above and beyond and changed a few words for the others. I found this journal.
A report from the field. Let me see. So, the Umbaru have already been fighting this corruption. I wonder, was it spread to their lands, or did it begin there? Regardless, any information about our enemy is a blessing. Thank you for sharing this with me. May Akarat protect you.
Okay, cool. Oh, that was it? Seriously? That was seriously it? Okay, well, let's see if there are any more quests. Oh, we did get some more dialogue. What do you know of the Umbaru?
Only that Akarat himself was of Umbaru descent, and that Zakarum faithful can still be found in Nahantu to this day.
All right, we completed the quest. I don't know if there's anything more, so in case there is, I will be adding it to this episode. Otherwise, I'll just do like a Realm Walker, and that'll kind of be it for this episode. Very surprised if this is everything. If so, this has been an incredibly disappointing season. While Googling, I could not find anything more about season quests, because everything is about the expansion. So maybe they just assume that you buy the expansion, but that kind of screws over everyone who doesn't have $50. Like, they deserve to have like at least a proper season. Well, there is a chance that there are more quest things once we've completed the expansion. So I guess that's what we're going to be doing now. I will be doing one Realm Walker here real quick for the second episode, just to see if we can get anything for this episode. So I guess the next stage will be completing the expansion quest, and then we'll check in and see if there's any change. So yeah, I will be uploading these, I guess, at the end. So here we are at a Realm Walker. Every now and then, enemies spawn. That's kind of it. The one thing that is different is, as we wait for this, Realm Walker comes to spread hatred through Sanctuary, cull the beast, and prevent it from sowing its seeds across the lands. What we are going to do is we're going to equip some potions. Yeah, one of equipment, sure, and fortitude. Why not? These all stack. We can trigger the portal, which will spawn enemies. So you're not just wasting your time being here. Now, you can't just spam click it, apparently. You have to wait every 2 to 3. Well, let's see how long we have to wait. I'm not able to click it at all. Well, that is kind of lame. It begins in 3 minutes. So just sitting here and doing nothing for 3 minutes is kind of painful. Wow, that guy's level 217. Here we go. Okay, so maybe like once every 30 seconds you can click it. Only spawns like 5 or 6 enemies. That's kind of boring. Well, I guess it's better than nothing, right? Anyways, I'm going to cut to fighting the Realm Walker again, so I'll see you there. All right, here we go. So I'm going to be speeding through the footage while fighting the Realm Walker, because I did one last episode, basically, so expect the dialogue from me to be a bit limited, and for the whole thing to maybe be sped up by 50% or something like that. And we'll see if we find anything interesting, or if we find any new... what do you call it? Any new quests or something that allows us to do something. Alright, we always get these Hatred Spires. And they're gone. It's a lot easier once there are like 4 or 5 different players. Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players essentially. Being like 1 out of 2 and the other 2 people being level 8 makes it a lot more difficult. Well, maybe not difficult, but a lot slower. I really like that it goes by so quick. I assume at higher difficulties where you have the people with like 100, 150 Paragon, that is useful. Another thing is that the Seething Realm portal will disappear if you don't enter it immediately. Like if you teleport somewhere, like if I teleported to the Tree of Whispers, the Seething Realm would disappear. And that would be very, very frustrating. So you have to enter it first, and then you will be able to teleport to, for example, the Tree of Whispers to get all the bonuses and stuff. But yeah, I'll make a cut right here. All right, it's time to do the Seething Path. And as I said before, we're going to be speeding up the footage right here. Basically double speed so that this episode isn't all too long. And we'll see if episode 3 actually has any quest information. Otherwise, the season story episode where I combine everything is going to be like 8 minutes long. So we'll see.
I found more of this stinking ichor. Follow the trail of it along the river's edge to the roots of a mangrove, where it had collected and congealed into a teeming boil. The veil is thin here, too, like the last. Why does the blight creep so close to our ritual sites? It was not possible to toll the dead. The bones were too many. I burned it all. Next time, I'll plug my nostrils with bite berries first. The stench was unholy.
Okay, so we did actually find a second Spiritborn notes. Now, there is no quest, which is very annoying because it would be nice to know if there are 5 of these notes or 10 of these notes. But considering both times I've entered a Seething Realm, one of them has dropped, I'm assuming that the drop is 1 per dungeon. So if we get to a stage where I've done like 3 of these in a row and there are none, I'm assuming that I'm done at this point. But that is at least something. So it's something. This should have been like a quest though, so it's easy to keep track of. And there should have been some dialogue from the Zakarum commander. That would have been an easy fix. Like just a graphic saying, oh, collect the 5 Spiritborn Nords. Like that's all you need to do. And then a dialogue, oh, maybe there are more of these journal entries. Find them. And then, oh, this is very interesting. I'll remember this for the future. Or whatever. That's all you needed to do. So, kind of a big L by Blizzard. Happy that they have it, but the execution is shit, to be blunt. Alright, back to speeding up the footage and doing this Realm Walker. Okay, we found the 3rd entry of the Spiritborn field notes. So they're actually not just 1 per realm, which is interesting. I'm guessing it's 1 per plane though, like this is the Seething approach. So there is only 1 in the Seething paths, 1 in the Seething approach. Once again, I have 0 clue how many there are, so well, we'll see. I'll try to do my best when it comes to finding them all and adding them. So entry 3.
Felled another blighted creature. This one was different from the shambling masses of tar and corpse bits. This was a man. Thick tendrils of tar coiled around his body like a serpent. Ichor streamed from his blackened eyes, hissing and steaming on his cheeks. If he understood my words, he showed no signs of it, nor any emotion or essence beyond the instincts to draw breath and to kill. Had my training failed me, had I fallen, would I have become like him?
It's interesting. One thing that I absolutely hate with this game is that these journals disappear once you've listened to them once. There is no way, to my knowledge, of listening to them again. In Diablo 3, there were a buttload of different journals kind of giving lore, and you could listen to all of them whenever you wanted after you had found them. It is absolute bullshit that you can't do that with this game. Like, I have no way to access the journals. If I'm wrong, please explain how. I mean, I would love it if I could re-listen to the journals. This one and done situation is absolute bullshit. Now, the thing is, I think that Eru is the, yeah, he is the main character, or he's the added character that will give us quests and stuff. So that's kind of fun and a little bit interesting. Speeding up the footage here again. So yeah, as I was saying, he's the main character. So I guess when they had him do all the voices for the expansion, they added him into the Spirit story. So that's smart. They should have made it into a quest, though. Once again, it's absolutely ridiculous that they didn't. Like, it's not that complicated, Blizzard. Like, I'm not a writer. I'm not a programmer, like a game programmer or game dev. A lot of things might be complicated. The basic things like being able to re-listen to the journals or having a quest line would be good. Okay. So we got another journal entry, the Meditations of Ormus on doors.
One can walk through a door. This is understood. It takes you from here to there. But what if the door walks? Does it take there to you? Or there to here? It defies all logic, but the realm walkers are just so. Walking doorways to realms unknown, bringing there to, well, everywhere. Why would such a ridiculous thing need to exist? Even Ormus cannot say.
See, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of a little bit of flavor. Why is that not structured into a quest? Like, why do the seasonal quests, why has it been such bullshit? Because they cannot make the asshole assumption that everyone has to buy the expansion. And each season is supposed to have at least a lackluster story, in my opinion. Even the season of Loot Reborn, where they reworked the whole game, had a little bit of a story. They had like 6 or 7 quests introducing the Blood Maiden, essentially. Absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, that this is not structured. A big L. A big, big, big mistake. Oh well. We'll press on and see if we can find anything more. Alright, so we found Meditation of Ormus on poison.
When do you drink a poison to kill another man? When you hate him. Of all evils, the Lord of Hatred, Mephisto, may be the most insidious. To confine hatred, to hold it, is to find yourself made its prisoner. The Zakarum learned this lesson all too well, and the Huntu suffered for it.
Alright. Kind of cool. I had to disable the different effect sounds just so that it wouldn't like contaminate the journal. But I don't want to just stand there while these journals play. Oh, there we go. Another meditation. On names.
In his wandering, Akarat spoke of an inner light, a goodness inherent in all people, a primordial spark without form. The name Zakara came later from his followers. A name brings form, structure, institutions arranging men by title and governing from behind stone walls. Rigid order eventually sundered by its own shadow. Ormus wonders if this is what Akarat envisioned for his legacy.
Kind of interesting. Once again, you could have 2 different quests regarding these notes. It would be so incredibly simple. Not really sure why they're not there. So it seems like every Seething Rupture has like 2 of these, so it actually is beneficial to explore the whole thing. And we have leveled up, so we'll see if Crusader Damond has some dialogue, and after that we will be ending the episode. But yeah, no, this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode than I thought. I could have ended it at 6 minutes. I'm happy I did not. And I still think that the journal entries warrant this becoming its own episode. I will, of course, try to find all of them because there is no way of keeping track in-game. And when I Google, I can't find stuff. This will be a little bit difficult. But I will try to look online to see if there is any more information. I probably just missed it. And of course, I will be doing more of these Seething Realms in a journal. I'll just have to record each and every one and then cut out stuff if there isn't anything more to it. Simple as that. I'm sure that if you watch people that play the whole season, like, Asmongold, Raxanthrax, they've probably found everything because they played through the whole season. But they haven't, titled, oh, here are all the journal entries. Like, they haven't really paid it attention. And I guess all the people who usually write guides, they've been focusing on the expansion. They can't be bothered with the journal stuff. It's kind of a pain to keep track of, so why would you... Ooh, am I dying now? Why would you write a big text about it when it's so difficult to do, essentially? Maybe. I would make the argument that then it's extra important that you do so, but, you know, I guess not. Okay. I think that was it for this region. So what do we get? I chose materials this time, which only cost me 5 opals. Yes. Okay. Very nice. Very good. We will, of course, return to the Crusader Damond right now. All right, here we are. Show me the standing with the Sackroom remnants. No dialogue. Okay, so we don't always get those. That is disappointing. And there is no quest regarding the journals, as I said before. We're just going to have to continue to do the realms. I'll have to record them all and then see if I can find anything more. As simple as that. So I'm probably one more episode where I do a bunch of these realms. So expect me to have a bunch of different levels throughout. I'm going to be focusing on the expansion now. I think that'll be more fun. And then afterwards, we will resume the stuff. We'll see if completing the expansion actually creates something of a quest line. I'm a bit skeptical. And doing all these different realm walkers, I'll be doing them intermittently to get more of these seething opals just for the expansion, like the boost. Granted, having 8 opals might be enough to just complete the entire expansion before I do another realm walker. So we'll see how many I do between now and completing the expansion. But afterwards, I will power through maybe, I don't know, 10 of them, 15 of them, depending upon how many you have to do through the season's quest. And based off of those, if there are any journal entries, then I'll add them into the next season story episode. Anyways, I upload content 6 days a week, Diablo 4 on Mondays and Fridays. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.